So, okay, remember they're changing my voice. Let's look at this sabotage stuff. Basically, the devil wants everyone to be a bitch. God is a warrior, the devil's a bitch. God tells the truth about everything. The devil plays some nerd kind of dress up fantasy game for sissies. And there's no other way to look at it. Okay? So look at the sabotage of the crow, right? And it's similar to Susie's sabotage. And that goes back to the Jim Crow picture, okay, that I showed you, right? And Crow and C Row, right? Versus, we look at a pyramid, right? It's the capstone and the tippy top, the tip top, right? Point in top scrambles, right? Okay. And so, it's also two pin, right? Pinpoint, right? The point, okay? Versus a row, right? And they look at the word bless and it says be less. These dickheads actually think, that if they can get me to act like a bitch or something, that they win something. It's fucking stupid. It's like a frog saying if the falcon, hops around and looks like the ugly frog, that magically the frog is elevated. It doesn't work that way. Only a complete lunatic would think it worked that way. So we look at the sabotage. All these people, the pictures, they're clowns. The hippies are clown. The thug-looking guy's a clown. Okay, they're not serious about being a man. They're not serious about doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And the point here isn't to insult them. It's to shed light on the topic, right? Sabotaging people who are doing God's work is sick. It's evil, you know? And the people who have organized it should be called out for it. There's 8 billion people in the world. There's 3 million children starved to death every year. How could sabotaging the righteous be something a man would do or a woman worth dating would do? It's not. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, I tell the truth about it. Life is too short to not be virtuous, to not tell the truth. So I tell the truth back to back to back to back, you know. And so we see that sabotage. The state is basically saying that everyone who follows them is a dumbass. You see what I'm saying? Because they're playing stupid about the sabotage and they're not doing God's will. You're being dumb in life. You can write this down when you're not doing God's will, when you're not obeying God through me. Okay, because what do you get out? Let me roll up my window real quickly here. So what do you get out of, worshiping the devil? 1 in 4 little girls being molested. I mean, look at these stats. They're clear cut. These stats say, hey, obey God through him or you're a fucking idiot, You're a coward, you're an idiot, you're a weird magic card game playing fool, you're a traitor to your family, to God, and so on and so forth. I mean, these are the bottom line characteristics. There's no way around it. Water is wet to the average person, we'll say, to keep it simple. Cross all the T's, dot all the I's. And so if you don't obey God, you're a bitch. Because the Lord is a warrior, the essence of warrior, the source of being a warrior, the source of being a man. So these guys are sabotaged. They're like, hey, let's try to make these guys who are leveraging neo-colonial, privilege and having bastard kids everywhere and trying to elevate their bastard kids in the racial communities, token minorities, what have you. That's why the Masons tend to be shaped like the white Masons, because they have similar reproductive cycles. They have common ancestors. They have shared diet and deity, right? And stuff like this. Okay, so they're sabotaging. You feel me still? They're sabotaging me for being righteous. You know what I'm saying? For telling the truth about everything. For being the son of God, the top martial arts. Okay, when martial arts is about character. It's about serving God. Okay, so some people, the Buddhists, in many ways, they're not martial arts because they don't believe in God, right? And God is the source of moral precision. So instead, they move their stomach energy and within the boundaries, in their gut energy, sexual energies, what have you, in the boundaries of denying that there's a source of righteousness, the boundaries of, by their actions, of falling into a true moral order. From there, they do what they call martial arts, which are really just show arts, and that's why so many of them are involved in the circus and movies and so on and so forth, because they're showing things, right? It goes back to Shu, who's a play on words for show. Okay, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, show. Okay, then there's that kind of magic misdirection, right? They say we don't believe in putting on a show here at the temple, okay, and that's part of the show because it confuses you about what's going on to a certain degree if you're dumb enough to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not trying to insult Asians here or anything, or Buddhists per se. This is the truth. Okay, so I'm sorry if you feel offended, but this is the truth. What they're doing is like a grasshopper saying that he's really the master animal and not the falcon, faster and master, right? Falcon diving at 242 miles an hour, pinpoint striking. Okay, so that's really the most inspirational animal to the martial artists. And he's saying, hey, we're really the masters, and they put on a little magic show, and they break bricks, and they do some underhanded stuff in that regard. Okay, to some degree they can break bricks, to some degree they can't, and I'll let you figure out that on your own. Okay, and they do stuff like this, they avoid my challenge, so on and so forth, and they say it's really us. So if it, this falcon who flies the highest, he's in the heavens and so on and so forth, symbolically and otherwise, and it's his job to deliver the message from the heavens. Okay? Should he just fucking play stupid and so he doesn't offend him when it's the end? Eventually I'll be gone. Okay, my videos almost certainly will never be that popular and famous. I'll be gone. This has to be said right now. You get nothing out of trying to make me your slave. So again, the Buddhists aren't the main people trying to make me their slave. It's the white Jew LGBT community. Okay, these guys are like atheistic Satanists or something by their actions at least. Okay, they're just evil, and they don't seem to understand that God is real. They don't seem to understand that the characteristics that make someone superior, okay, are not subjective. Okay, it is they're irreversible. They're true. They're unavoidable. Okay, virtue, if you're a righteous person, right, you're better than an evil person. There's no other way it could be. It doesn't matter if the evil person cures AIDS and does all this stuff. He's in the boundaries of evil. He's in the boundaries of being inferior. Okay, you're leveraging neocolonialism. You have some fancy suit. You drive a Range Rover, a Bentley or something. I meant to say Rolls Royce or Bentley. Then you're evil. You see what I'm saying? You're leveraging ill-gotten gains from generations of mass murder and starvation and rape and so on and so forth. You're evil. You see what I'm saying? And when you sabotage the good guy, you become more evil. And when you sabotage him for no fucking reason, when you control the government and social media and the money and on and on and on and on and all these social clubs and government groups and military groups, okay, and you're just sabotaging them, so we just want him sabotaged, okay, then you're pitiful. And anyone who doesn't obey God through me and under those circumstances becomes that much more pitiful. God despises them. God despises their offspring. How could it be under their way? You're following people who are persecuting the most righteous guy that ever fucking lived for no reason. You think God doesn't hate you and your offspring? You think it's fucking smart? That's why I know you people are nowhere near me. So you have no idea how frustrating it is, even when they fucked up my brain with all the zapping and stuff, to have people aren't even smart enough to not fucking offend God when it's not hard to figure out what you must do. Okay? To pretend they're equal or greater to me. You understand me? These people are lower than pieces of shit on the ground, period. Pieces of shit on the ground aren't mocking God. They're just a piece of shit on the ground. These people are lower than that. So I don't want to hear your bitch about, pretend to shut the fuck up. I ain't pretending shit. I'm the messenger of God, God's son. You motherfucking traitors. You cowards. You pedophile helping dogs. You children starving fucking scum. Fuck you.